What's up, it's Charlie here, and today I'm going to remake this special effects look that I did last year. So you guys could do it for Halloween or something, but you could do it on your face, you could do it on your hand, wherever you want. So what you need is some scar wax and baby oil for now. The baby oil will act like a little smear for the edges, you'll see in a minute. So you need at least this much of scar wax, not the entire thing. Just this much, and you're going to make sure you wash your hands before doing this. You're going to put this in the middle, flatten it down like you're making pizza, like that. And you could remove some if you think you have to remove. So I'm going to remove the edges, roll it up in a ball. You're going to roll it back and forth so it gives like a warm shape like this. You want it to make sure it's like this long, and then put it in the middle of your hand. Now we're going to smear it down. Take some baby oil and put it on your fingers, okay? And then you're going to take the edges, push it down, and smear the edges downwards like this with the oil. Keep applying not a lot of oil, but oil to your fingers so that it's easier to smear the edges of the scar wax. So as you can see, this is how it looks like with the oil on the edges. It fades into your skin, so it doesn't leave that like harsh line. And for the middle part, you want to press down a bit so it doesn't look like a mountain like I did in the video, because the one in the video is so deep. Okay, so apply more oil to your to your fingers if necessary, and fix any edges if necessary as well. I'm sorry if I sound sick. I am sick. So I'm gonna take my tissue and dab the excess oil off so my hand isn't so oily, because you don't want that shimmery effect. We're not going for a rainbow effect, we're going for a bloody effect. So now you're going to do is take some sharp object. I'm going to use this paintbrush because it has a small round tip at the end, and you're going to make a slit down in the middle of the scar wax. So start doing it lightly, carve it out like that, and take your brush, whatever you're using, and just pat inside the scar wax. Just pat inside the scar wax so everything is smooth like that. Okay, so I'm gonna add a bit more oil to the edges because it will start to crack up, as you can see, and dry up. Make sure you press down on the wound so it doesn't look too deep. So you should have something like this so far. If not, then it's okay. Halloween's not supposed to be perfect, so your looks for Halloween shouldn't be perfect either. Okay, just have fun with this. Now it's time to cover this wound up so it blends into our skin. I'm gonna start off by taking a foundation. The one I used yesterday for my scar wax is to make a Forever HD foundation, and I'm going to start off by using this. So I'm gonna squeeze some on the paper, because if you do it on your skin, well, your skin absorbs it, so you don't want that to happen. I'm gonna take a sponge, makeup sponge, and just dab it at the end here, and then dab it on top of the scar wax. So as you can see, this is the result after using liquid foundation and then a foundation powder on top. And they were both from Sephora, and as you can see, it does quite blend in. If you lower down the brightness from far distance, it kind of looks realistic. Okay, but I mean, it looks like a mess. Moving on to the detailing of this look. You can use anything you have. You could go ahead and buy some makeup sets for Halloween, but I'm gonna use some eyeshadow. This is the Perfect 23 matte colors by NYX New York company. I got it from Nice store, which really works really well, surprisingly. So yeah, we're gonna start with I'm taking this random brush. It's Beauty Treats brush. So I'm gonna go ahead and take some black, a lot of black, and you're gonna put it inside along the mark that you made earlier. By applying black inside the wound, it will make it look more realistic and more deep and more like you actually got a wound, because when you get a cut, there's actually a black shadow inside. You want to fade that black eyeshadow outside of the cut just to make it look like it's continuing, because the blood we're going to add at the end will go down along the path. Now I'm going to go ahead and take this brush that I used earlier to fix my scar wax. I'm going to take it, put it in the black eyeshadow, and then use it to flick some of the eyeshadow on top of the scar wax. Okay, now that we're done with the black part, we're gonna go ahead and get our fluffy brush. I'm using my Emerald fluffy eyeshadow brush. I'm gonna go ahead with first we're gonna go in with a light red, so like this red, and what's it called? And the camera, it looks like this is red, but this is actually orange in real life. So I'm gonna use this red right here. See, tap off, and then you're gonna apply it to the outside. You can blend it with the black that you put in the outside of the wound. You just want to dab the eyeshadow on, not just apply it, you just want to dab it, so it gives that effect that you got cut. So what I'm going to do now is apply another red that I pointed to. This is a darker red, so I'm going to use this brush that I used for the black. You're going to take some red and you're going to put it inside the wound on top of the black, so it gives that, when we put the blood, it looks like blood is going in. Okay, so what you want to do while you're applying the, not a lot of red, but red into the wound, you want to go inwards. Okay, you want to go outwards a bit, just slightly, and then the second time you want to go inwards like that, so it looks like the wound is kind of closed but still opened. You could continue the eyeshadow of red down, so it looks like your whole hand is irritated from this, because you don't want it to just stay on the scar wax. You want it to also look faded into the skin. I'm going to take my fluffy brush and add more of that red, dark red, to the outside of the scar wax. It's fading outwards towards my fingers and fading towards my arm. Watch me nay-nay. Watch me whip, watch me nay-nay. Okay, so this is how your special cut should look like. I actually went ahead and did some veins. I don't know if you can see them, but I mimicked the veins on my fingers just to give it more of a, just to give that vein a little bit of realisticness to the cut. I don't know how to explain this at all. Yeah, this is how the look looks like right now. The veins part is optional, but I'm doing it so it looks more realistic. And yeah, you're done with the cut. Well, no, not really. You still got the blood, right? So guys, I made this blood literally last year, and I found it in my room. It was edible, but now it's not edible, but it still works well as blood to use in a look. So I'm gonna go ahead and take my red paintbrush. I'm gonna dip it inside and apply it inside the wound where the black part is.
I met this 6-year-old child.
Make sure you drag the blood down or let it go down by itself, and take your paintbrush and just dab some blood all over the wound so it looks like blood splattered everywhere. So yeah guys, this is the final look for your messed up cup for Halloween. So yeah, I hope you like this video guys. If you happen to try this out, please send me a picture on my Instagram or my Twitter or my Snapchat. They're all my social media will be linked in the description box below. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And hit that like button guys to go of 100 or 150 likes. And hit that like button for Halloween if you love Halloween. If you like Halloween, you know, hit that like button because everyone likes Halloween.
We should have a Halloween marathon like Myers. Haha.
So yeah guys, I really hope you enjoyed this video and I'll see you guys later. Bye.